Hey kindergartners, it's Mrs. Fondre, and this week we're all about the upcoming winter season. We're getting a little snowy here today. So we're going to be making snowmen in snow globes today. For supplies at home, I am actually using paper towel rolls. You could use toilet paper rolls or anything that's a cardboard tube because that's going to end up holding our snow globe, and you're going to cut a chunk off about this big, maybe about an inch, okay? Hopefully you have that at home somewhere. The other thing that you're going to need is paper. I prefer blue paper. We're going to use this in class, but if you have white, we'll make white work too, all right? And you're going to need a bigger circle-shaped thing to trace to make the size of your snow globe. I use these really big yogurt containers that I have in class, but whatever circle you have works. Maybe a bowl, maybe a measuring cup, something at home that's a circle, okay? And you're gonna need something to color with. Because I'm using dark paper, I'm having students in class use oil pastels, but you could definitely use crayons or colored pencils that will show up on this dark blue paper, all right? But if you're using white paper, it doesn't really matter as long as you can do some coloring, all right? So I'm gonna switch my camera over so you can kind of see how we're gonna make this, all right? So with this blue paper I have in front of me, like I said, you're gonna put that circle shape that you have on your paper and you're gonna trace it. I like to use a marker so I can see it a little bit easier, but if you wanna use a pencil, that's fine. And I really do want students to do this on their own because it's really, really good practice, all right? So, let me move this up a tiny bit. It's helpful if you have a hand on top of your cup and then you go around it. So kindergarten students, you gotta practice doing this all on your own, right? If you notice you can't get all the way around hand, you might have to move it up to go all the way around. All right, and then you have your circle shape. All right, that's gonna be where our snow globe is. From here, we're gonna be drawing with a color of some sort. You could use a white color pencil if you have one of those, or I'm gonna be using some oil pastels so the colors are really, really bold, really, really bright. So we're gonna draw a big snowman in our snow globe. And if you know anything about snowmen, they start with circles. So I'm gonna do a small circle for the head. I'm gonna do a medium circle for the body, and I'm gonna do a little bit bigger for the base, for his bottom, all right? And right now our snow person is floating. He's not on the ground. So let's draw a line behind our snowman and play the line game, all right? So as soon as I'm drawing a line, if I'm about to hit my snowman, you gotta stop, skip your snowball, and keep going. So then your snowman is on the ground, all right? There, if you want to really lightly color in your snow with your colored pencil or your crayon or your oil pastel, you can do that. It's okay if you go outside the line a little bit because we're going to be cutting these out anyway, all right? I went very, very lightly for the snow, and for the snowman, I'm going to press a little harder because then you can see it kind of stands out on top of our snow. So if you press down hard for your snowman, you'll see them really well. If you're using oil pastels or colored pencils or crayons, this works for all of them. Okay, color in all those circles. All right, from here, let's get decorating. I'm gonna add a face with black because I like using those charcoal eyes. So I'll do an eye right here, an eye right here, and then maybe a little smile. You could do a line for a smile, or if you want to keep doing those dots, you can do a couple of dots there. I like doing some dots in the middle for his buttons as well, all right? And of course, our snowman's got to have a carrot nose like it does in Frosty the Snowman. So I'm just gonna draw an orange line that kind of ends up looking like a carrot, okay? Get a little dusty here with my oil pastel, so I'll shake that little bit off. And I'm gonna give my snowman some arms, so I need some brown for sticks. You can just draw a line on each side. And maybe give him some little fork fingers at the end here so he has some. Maybe you want to put mittens, that's totally up to you. And maybe you want to give him a hat of some sort. I know some people like doing that tall hat that has a rectangle and a tall, like a stovepipe hat, that's what they call those. But you can also do something that looks a little bit more like a knit. I just kind of do a hill and I color it in. Okay, maybe you want to do a scarf too. You could give him a little necklace or a wiggly lines here. All right, so there's your snowman when we're all done with him. From here, I would love it if you grabbed a white again and did some dots around him so it looks like it's snowing in your snow globe. And I'm just doing little tap, tap, taps. I'm not going scribble, 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 okay? There we go, you got a snowy little snowman, all right? From here, you're gonna need a scissors to cut out your circle. Now, it would be helpful if Mrs. Fondre didn't lose her scissors on her desk. So, grab your scissors and let's cut out your snowman. Stay on that line. All right, we got our snowman. He is ready to go. Now, you might be asking, well, how am I going to make this stay up like a snow globe? Because right now, it's just a piece of paper. Well, what you're going to be doing, you are going to use that roll of toilet paper, and it's not really the prettiest color right now. So, if you like, you're welcome to paint this black, or if you have a black really big marker, that helps too. All right, when I'm painting or using marker, I kind of like using the number 2 in my fingers and slip it over the top of that so you don't get as much paint or marker on your fingers, and you can just color this in. It's okay if it bends a little bit because it will help actually make it stronger in the end. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little bit here. Obviously you're going to do the whole entire thing, but I'm going to just do this side so you can see the difference. All right, it's a little nicer that way. All right, and from here, do you see where I bent it by my fingers here? You're actually going to use a scissors and make 2 little snips. Okay, so it's helpful to use the back part of your scissors because that's stronger than the top of your scissors. So I'm going to go all the way in, but don't cut it all the way through. Just go a little snip. And that's it. You can see that it's separated right there. Okay, we'll do one on the other side too. Snip. All right, and then when you got that, you just take your snow person and you slide them in those little notches you made. All right, might need a little bit of help with this, but when you're all done, you got yourself a snow globe that stands nice and tall. How cool is that? All right, so let me switch back cameras here. I would love to see what you've come up with. So when you're all finished, if you could take a photo or even send me a video on Seesaw, that would be great. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Happy creating!